to tonight's Dino Vidala Show on Sirius XM Channel 127, Thursday, March 25th. I'm Dino Vidala, as always, to be your MBFF. So let me tell you the top. If you don't subscribe to Sirius XM Radio, go to the website. There are free trials. Tune in to my show after you get a free trial. Better yet, call into my show. Be a part of our family. We have so much work to do. Today was a remarkable day. President Joe Biden gave his first formal press conference as president. As a reminder, he did many as president-elect, but this was his first one as president of the United States of America. And he showed America what a real, capital letter real, president of the United States looks like. I imagine it was shocking for Trump supporters because at not any time during the press conference did Joe Biden complain about how unfair the media is to him. At no time did Joe Biden say he's the biggest victim in America. And at no time did Joe Biden defend white supremacist terrorism. I know Trump supporters are like, well, this is so low energy. Where's the bigotry? Where's the demonizing the media? Nobody found, because Joe Biden's a president. He's a president for all Americans. And despite the fact, this actually came up in the press conference, despite the fact that the GOP in Congress has made a choice to stonewall President Biden, rank and file Republicans agree with Joe Biden on various issues, from universal background checks for guns to the stimulus bill. It's the disconnect between the rank and file and the GOP elite millionaires in Congress, which is getting more and more acute. Everyone can see it. And I'm thinking it's good that Joe Biden calls that out, because the Republicans in Congress are way out of touch. There's also something else that we saw at that press conference today. While Joe Biden was really good, some, not all, but some of the reporters are clearly either out of touch or still having a hangover from Donald Trump. In the time of Trump, some reporters actually got famous from being combative and fighting with Donald Trump. A lot of them we liked a lot, to be blunt. I think that some reporters today, you saw that they wanted to be the story, and they were more concerned with being the story, trying to create drama, than policy. Others, while not like that, who really were about policy issues, were missing some of the issues that are affecting daily life for millions of Americans. And I think there's a disconnect there as well. It's a little hint of elitism, to be blunt. Because look at today, and every Thursday we find out how many new claims for unemployment there are. In the last week, nearly 700,000 Americans filed for first-time new unemployment claims. These are new. To give you perspective, pre-Trump recession, we were averaging 200,000 a week. So it's still pretty bad. Yet the number's down from where it was. Still 700,000 is bad. How many questions do those reporters ask about helping unemployed Americans and what more is going to help? Zero. How many questions about the big spike in child hunger in our country? Zero. You know, about potentially another stimulus plan to help small businesses or help people in need? Nothing. Yesterday, literally over 1,500 Americans died from COVID. How many questions about COVID? Zero. In the last week, 18 Americans were killed by gun violence. Every day, 100 will be killed. How many questions on gun violence? One. These are the issues people are talking about because they affect us. That it's not safe to go to a supermarket because you could get killed, or you don't have enough money to buy food at the supermarket because you got laid off from your job. These are the real issues. But the reporters have their own agenda. Some of it on the border, I understand that. It was disproportionate in the amount of, I think, how many average Americans are concerned with the border versus how many are concerned about not losing where they live, having food for their kids and stuff. But some of the questions were really fair on the border. And I think Joe Biden did a very good job explaining his compassionate view of immigration. Makes it clear what we're seeing right now is not acceptable. And it's not. No politics. It's not acceptable, and it's going to change. That's important. Some of the other questions, ridiculous. I thought there were some really good questions. We'll play them on my show. If you didn't get a chance to watch it live, it was earlier this afternoon on the filibuster. I think President Biden made a great point that his patience for the filibuster is growing thin. He made it clear he is somebody whose touchstone is results, getting things done. And that filibuster is going to lock down the Senate, as he said. Well, he wants to see more reforms. He's already now on board with reforming the filibuster. You have to stand up and speak the entire time. And when you can't speak anymore, guess what? End of the filibuster, we can vote on an issue. But he also talked about, if it continues to lock down, he will explore other options, support other options. I thought it was really great. He called out the GOP's efforts to suppress the vote, saying it's not Jim Crow, it's Jim Eagle, because it's even bigger than that. because a crow being smaller and an eagle being bigger, called it un-American and sick. It's sick to try to disenfranchise people, primarily people of color. That's what the Republican Party are doing. So there were some good parts to it. I will grade the media more in the sense that this is the first post-Trump press conference. They're used to a different world where it's combative. You get a lot of headlines because you did some good job fighting back against Donald Trump. This is Joe Biden. It's about policy. I really hope in the future reporters will think about the issues that not just the Beltway is talking about, not just that they're talking about in the newsrooms of these big media companies, the average American is concerned with, from child hunger to struggling to make ends meet, to 700,000 Americans filing for unemployment, to COVID still taking 1,500 lives yesterday, to gun violence, which are taking lives every single day. Those are the issues that people really want to talk about. And I think it will help the media's credibility in the long run when the average person sees a reporter asking a question that resonates with them on a personal level. So that's my hope. So again, my show is live 6 to 9 p.m. on channel 127 on Sirius XM Progress. I hope you'll take the free trial if you don't subscribe. Call in, be a part of our family. As I say every night, if you want progress, stay active. We're better to stay active than on our show with a whole bunch of other progressives. Thanks for tuning into the preview of tonight's Dino